So once again, I want to thank you all for your motivation in participating in our school. I wish you to all have great experiences during this amazing 5-day event. I want to tell you that please do not miss our panel, which is about COVID-19 on Monday. Me and my friend Melika are going to be presenter at that panel. Now I want to ask my colleague Melika to introduce you our first keynote speaker. Thank you so much. Stay tuned.
Hi, everyone, again. I would like to thank you, Aylar, for your speak. I would like to invite our first keynote speaker, who is going to have a soft skills panel for us, Dr. Vosough, who is the head of regenerative medicine department at Rian Institute in Tehran. Rian Institute is a stem cell institute. It is very well known in Iran, and he's going to give us a lecture about how to write a professional email. I hope you will enjoy it.
Okay, thank you very much, Melika, for your kind introduction. My name is Masoud, and I'm going to talk about professional business correspondence. And this is, as she said, a soft skill, and I hope it will be practical for you in your future career. Okay. I graduated from medical school, Tehran University of Medical Science. Then I did my PhD in medical biotechnology in Pasteur Institute of Iran. And then I had 2 postdocs in Karolinska Institute. But this is not about my professional career as a scientist. This is about a soft skill you need to know regarding sending emails to colleagues and peers in academic and scientific community. First of all, when you write emails, you have 2 main goals. First of all, you would like to transfer what do you think. So you need people to understand you. And the second goal is to ask people to take some action. You ask them to do something for you. You have an inquiry. So to achieve your 2 main goals, you need to convey, you need to transfer your thoughts, and then people can do what you want. So this transfer is really crucial and important. By the end of this talk, I'm going to talk about 35 very important tips in writing emails. And I hope after these tips, you can improve your writing skills in emails and improve your this skill for yourself. So let's start with the first one. The first tip I really recommend is you should be polite in your writing, but do not overstep. No scientists exist in the world which like flattery or using, too much or overstep in your emails. So be polite, but do not overstep in your writing emails. This was the first point. The second point, scientists are often busy people. I remember some scientists who said we receive more than 50 to 65 or 70 emails each day. It means they are really busy. So if you want your emails be considered by a recipient, a busy scientist, you should write your emails concise and specific. I have 2 important recommendations here. Write your emails with shorter paragraphs and use a balanced tone in writing your emails. It is very important to consider these 2 tips in your writing emails. The third one, when you want to write an email, you should think about it, because this email is a brief introduction of yourself. What's the purpose of writing this email? What's the purpose of communication? Please consider to whom you are writing and what do you hope to accomplish when the recipient of your email receive your email. So before writing an email, please answer to these 4 questions and then start writing your email. As you know, email is the most often and very popular way of communication between scientists and professionals and scholars. When you write an email to somebody you haven't met before, it is kind of introduction of yourself and your character. So it is better to say your email is a reflection of yourself. So when you write an email, write your real and presented character. So if you write like a scientist, it will be considered that you are a scientist. Or in terms of your opinion, which part of an email is very important or the most important part? The subject line? Can you hear me?
Yeah, Doctor, now we can hear you.
Not sure if you were connected with the previous 4 points I mentioned in my talk, but now I'm going to ask a question, and I know you can text me and answer this question. Which part of an email is the most important one? The subject line, the salutation part, the body of email, or the closing sentence? Do you have any idea?
Yeah, I have.
Please text me. Don't use your microphone. Okay, great. Thank you very much. There are different answers to this question, but you know, the most important part of an email is the subject line. Why the subject line? Because as I told you, scientists are busy persons and they receive a lot of emails today. And the subject line provides this opportunity for them to have a look and to select your email. So the subject line is very important. The subject line you write should be descriptive but succinct. It means short one, but very descriptive and eye-catching. Please write eye-catching subject lines. Okay, when you place your main idea in subject line, you should start your email, and in the first paragraph, I recommend you to point out the main idea I cannot share my screen. Please fix it. Share screen is disabled for me.
You're now co-host. You can share your screen.
Okay. The eighth point, I was talking about the urgency in writing emails. If your message is urgent, so please write urgent in your subject line, and also in your email as early as possible you can, because you need immediate reaction from your recipient. So another point which I should mention, the ninth, don't model the content of your email. It means please be straightforward. Please be, straight in your writing, and don't model your email. Stick to one content area per email. It means when you have one request, one inquiry, or one question, please stick to the main purpose of your email, and don't confuse the recipient about the purpose of your email. So I can say, don't model content, and stick to one content area in your email. The tense, it is very important. Most of the time we use exclamation marks or emojis to transfer what we feel, what we think. But, it may cause misinterpretation. It may cause misunderstanding in the recipient. The recipient may think you are angry or frustrated of this communication. So please don't use too many exclamation marks in your emails, and never use emojis in your official and work emails. The last point, but very, very important ones, don't use shortcuts in your professional emails. I have written two very, very common shortcuts. For example, for you or great. Please avoid using shortcuts in your work emails and professional ones. Be collegial in your emails. When I say be collegial, it means please be, friendly in your business correspondence. Usually use a pleasantry sentence in your emails. For example, I hope you had a great vacation, or have a great weekend. These are kind of pleasantry sentences you can use in your business correspondence to share a friendly atmosphere with the recipient of your email. This is very important, the 12th recommendation. You should set up your own priority inbox. It means if you receive a lot of emails every day, you should have your own priority inbox. Okay, I received a note. Please repeat the 7th point. Okay, at the end of this talk, I will repeat this. So please set up and establish your priority inbox, a folder in your inbox in which you store your very important emails. And in this folder, you have emails. You have to answer them immediately, and they are very important for you. Number 13. Email is very convenient, but when you write an email, you cannot use the tone of your voice. Okay, hello again. It seems there was a technical issue here, and colleagues are doing their best to solve this problem. I repeat this point from the beginning. I said when you write an email, it is not possible to transfer sometimes what you feel or what you think about a subject. And maybe you use some terminology or vocabulary which cannot convey the direct and straight purpose or meaning of writing email. So it may cause some misunderstanding in your emails for the recipient. Why? Because when you talk to somebody in person, you can change your tone of voice, you can use your body language and different body gestures to transfer, to convey your feeling, your, emotions. But sometimes it's not easy to transfer emotion and feelings in an email. So please consider and take care of this important subject in writing your emails. Number 14, it is very, very important one. Avoid sending out unsolicited mass mailings. You know, when you send a lot of emails, it means your recipients may lose their sensitivity or attention to your emails. We have a very, very common expression in Farsi which says, کم گوی و گزیده گوی چون دور که از اندک تو جهان شود پر. So avoid sending out mass mailings. Number 15. This is very important. It is a grammatical point, but it is very important in the spirit of your email. Please use active voice when you send an email to a recipient. Active voice will help you to establish a better communication atmosphere with your recipient. Number 16. This is very important. You know, we usually use proofread, and we use the advantage of smart softwares nowadays provided online. For example, Grammy or the word proofreading softwares. But you know, you should check and proofread your emails one more time before pushing the send button. Because these softwares, most of the time, cannot distinguish similar words and terms in English. For example, to and to, or there and there. So please check and proofread your emails before pushing the send button. Number 15. Number 15 is a very common mistake in writing email. It is better to use I versus we. You can just only use we when you talk about a group of people and a company policy or a decision voted on a meeting and different individuals participated in this decision. So please use I as much as possible and avoid we in your writing emails. This important point is about using sense of humor. It is better to avoid being humorous in your messages when it could be misinterpreted as a sarcasm. So when you don't know somebody or when you are not familiar with a specific culture or society, it's better to be official and write official emails to them instead of being humorous in your writing emails. Number 19, use a positive tone in writing your emails. It is very important to use positive tone in writing your emails. For example, don't, won't, and not. It's possible to use them, but only to deny a subject, not to evade. And it's better to use better terms instead of negative terminologies in your writing emails. Number 20, be respectful. When you ask somebody to answer a question or do a favor, please be respectful. It is very important to write a simple phrase at the end of your email. Appreciate and say thank you for his or her time devoting to read your email and doing what you ask or what you need. So be respectful and appreciate and thank you the time they gave you. Number 21. Many scientists are informal. Yes, they are informal and they are casual guys. But you know, at the beginning, it's not a good idea to start your communication in a casual way. Be official, and when they feel they can establish a great and mutual friendship or relationship, then they can change the tune of the emails to be more casual than official one. Number 22, eliminate jargon. It's not a good idea to use a difficult terminology or write emails in a mysterious way. Use simple words and use simple terminology and write straight and direct. Don't use, complicated words and terminology when you write an email. Number 23, never send an email when you are angry or frustrated. I recommend you, when you are angry or frustrated, write an email, but on a Word document. Check it one more time, two more times, and when you feel calm and when you are, not angry, then you can decide to send the email to the recipient. Number 24, avoid flattery. It is not a good idea to be flattery in your business correspondence. You can write what you think, but avoid writing in a flattery mood. I brought two examples here. The first one, very flattery mood of writing, and the second one, the official way of writing emails. For example, dear esteemed sir, it is too much, flattery, or I very much enjoyed your recent paper, or your results were impressive. You can write what you think, but please avoid flattery. Number 25, it is very important to distinguish between writing to a peer or writing to the PI of your department. When you're writing to a peer, you can use a casual style of writing. You can be more casual. You can use simple words. But when you write to your PI, please avoid writing casual. Please be friendly, but be respectful to your PI in your business correspondence. Sometimes you don't know a scientist and you would like to send an email to him or her. For the beginning, for the first email, please consider very important tips. Please think about your subject line. Your subject line should be very, accurate and precise. And your subject line should transfer the purpose of your email. Start your email with official greeting and salutation. Then you can introduce yourself and write the main purpose of sending this email. And please don't forget to thank the time he or she devoted to read your email, or answer your inquiry. This is a typical and typical style of writing professional emails. Sometimes you met a scientist or a researcher during a meeting, during a congress, and you start a conversation. When you want to write an email to him or her, please use some reminders to remind him or her about the conversation you had already or the subject you discussed already. This is very important. Number 28. When you want to write to a scholar, a scientist, at the beginning, you should say, who are you? So please find the best sentence which can introduce you in this scientific community. For example, you can address your PI, your supervisor during your studies. It will help you to start and establish a more reliable professional communication with the recipient. It's a good idea to answer and reply emails very fast and immediately, but sometimes it is not possible to write the answer immediately. At this time, I recommend you to acknowledge the email you receive. You can say, okay, I acknowledge your email and I will come to you soon. By this technique, you have more extra time to organize your reply and answer email in a more professional way. Number 30. Be careful about confidential information in your emails. Please consider that transferring confidential information in email may be risky and tricky because maybe this email ends in third party's mailbox. So please take care about the confidential information in your emails. Now I'm going to go through the last 5 tips of writing emails in my talk. Number 31. If you want to avoid emails to be ended in the spam folder, please avoid using all caps or all lower cases in your subject line. It is very important to avoid using links or URLs in your subject line. And also, it is very important to avoid using exclamation points in your subject line. Please avoid these things in your subject line to avoid getting your email mistaken in a spam folder. Number 32. When you want to send a large attachment to a recipient, it is better to inform them already. Why? Because when you send a large attachment to a recipient, you may clog the inbox of the recipient. So it's not a good idea. Please inform them in advance that you are going to send a large attachment to them. Number 33. Please think about reply to all. Before pushing the reply to all button, please think. It is not a good idea to reply to all when a group of people are listed in a mailing list. Sometimes it's better to put names in CC or BCC before push the reply to all. So be aware of the reply all and don't hit reply all unless every member on the email chain needs to know your answer. Number 34. Number 34 addresses the privacy issues in emails. Do you know Just a quick question. Do you know what BCC stands for? You can text me. Any reply? BCC? BCC stands for blind carbon copy. You use BCC when you want to respect the privacy of the recipient of the email. So consider using CC and BCC to protect the privacy of the recipient of the email. Number 35. This is recommended. Always include a signature in your email. When you include your signature in your email, it means you should include your email address, you should include your contact information, and you can include your social media information in your signature. When I say social media information, I'm talking about the professional social media which you use for your networking purpose in your scientific community. So please always a signature in your email, and using this signature, the other recipients can contact you in a safe and more easier way. They asked me to repeat number 7. If you let me, just I should repeat because some people lost their connection in my 7th slide. It was about subject line and the first paragraph. I said subject line is the most important part in your email because it grabs the attention of the recipient. And after that, in the first paragraph, when you write the purpose of your email, it's better to write it as early as possible. So after writing the main idea in your subject line, use the first paragraph to explain the purpose of your email. I hope these points can help you to improve your skills in writing emails, and I appreciate your time, and I'm open to any question. That should come. Am I connected? Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, and hope to see you soon.